How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We are here tonight, and man, we are loaded, man, with all the NBA news. Let's go to the NFL first, and then we'll go to the NBA. We are loaded with the NBA. Jesus Christ, man, what a fucking Thursday. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, NFL. I mean, we got some college football news right here, and that is that USC and UCLA are planning to move to the Big Ten in 2024 from the Pac-10. So you also have Texas and Oklahoma moving to the SEC. So a lot of fucking moving going around. It's gonna be interesting to see USC and UCLA play in the Big Ten because a lot of the teams are like Ohio, Iowa, Michigan, very cold. Imagine for USC, UCLA have to go to like fucking Ohio State in November. Jesus Christ, man, that's gonna be interesting to see how that works out, man. Deshaun Watson, the discipline, the hearing is over for his discipline. It after 3 days. Now we have to see what Judge Sue Robinson decides to do. Remember, just she's recommending what to do. Obviously, the final decision will be made by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. So we'll see. Let's see here, more NFL news. I think we're ready to move on to the frickin' NBA here tonight. All right, man. What a fucking day of NBA news. Jesus Christ, man. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to like try to memorize everything. I know almost everybody's don't know what the fuck happened. So I'm just gonna go through everything, man. Right now it says Memphis Grizzlies and John Moran has agreed on a 5-year, 193 million rookie minimum extension that could become worth $231 million. So John Morant has fucking re-signed with the Memphis Grizzlies for the next 5 years. Yeah, obviously you always in that first extension, right? Always. So yeah, there you go, man. And same thing with Nikola Jokic. It looks like he's signed an extension. Denver Nuggets two-time MVP Nikola Jokic has agreed to the largest deal in NBA history, a 5-year, $270 million supermax contract, extending him agent Jim Source and Mike tell ESPN. That is the largest contract. Yeah, I believe wasn't it? It was. I think it was like James Harden, 250 something. But now it got broken here with Nikola Jokic taking $270 million. Remember a few years ago, Steph Curry with 200 and everybody thought it was a crazy. Now here you got fucking Nikola Jokic making fucking $270 million, man. Largest contract in NBA history. Congratulations to Nikola Jokic, man. And they're saying that the total contract, adding the this year coming up, the 6th year, it's going to end up being $103 million. He's going to be making in the next six years. It's Nikola Jokic, man. That is just crazy. Congratulations to him, man. And then we got another one. Devin Booker has agreed to a 4-year, $224 million extension by the Phoenix Suns, man. Devin Booker, man. So all these franchise players, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, John Moran signing extensions, man. Jesus Christ, man. Karl Towns, it looks like he's also signed an extension. Karl Towns has agreed to a 4-year, $224 million contract. So everybody looking up their fucking franchise players, man. Karl Towns, man. I don't know about Karl Towns getting $224 million. I don't know about that, but sometimes I feel like he lacks aggression. But whatever. Andre Drummond went to the fucking Chicago Bulls on a 1-year, $6 million contract. Andre Drummond, man, he just fucking changed his team just like I changed my underwear when I have diarrhea. Jalen Bronson agreed to go to the Knicks for 4 years, $104 million. The Knicks always do this shit right. They in 2019, instead of getting Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, I think they got fucking Julius Randle and Taj Gibson. In 2011, while everybody was getting fucking LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, they ended up fucking getting a washed up Amari Stoudemire. Here we go again with guys like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, James Harden available. They're gonna fucking go with Jalen Bronson, man. You gotta love the fucking Knicks, Jesus Christ. It looks like the Wizards have added 3 veteran guards to join Bradley Beal in recent days. Will Barton, Monte Morris, and now Dylan Wright leave the Hawks for the. So Dylan Wright went to the fucking the Wizards, man. Wizards low-key making some noise with the trade from the Nuggets getting Monte Morris and and Will Barton. Now they add Will Wright, Dylan Wright, man, Jesus Christ, $60 million, 2 years for Dylan Wright. Kyle Anderson goes on in 2 years, $18 million to the Timberwolves. Okay, Kyle Anderson, is that the guy from the Grizzlies? Ooh, he's a nice little guy to come off the bench, man. Kyle Anderson, man, going to the fucking Timberwolves, nice. The Magic get Gary Harris, 2 years, $26 million. Gary Harris, man, going to the fucking James Harden and the Sixers are meeting on the weekend to negotiate a new deal. So it looks like James Harden's not going to take the max, but he does plan to stay with the Harden with the Sixers. Let's see here. Nick Claxton ended up staying with the fucking Brooklyn Nets. 2 years, $20 million. Okay. Let's see here, more news. Patty Mills also staying with the Brooklyn Nets. 2 years, $14 million. It looks like Memorabilia was saying it's a conspiracy theory. How come all of the veterans like Nick Claxton and Patty Mills are staying with the Brooklyn Nets if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant went out? So he's starting to think it's them trying to get the attention, and then they can end up going back to New York or Brooklyn. We'll see, because if it's weird that Patty Mills and Nick Claxton, if they could just go somewhere else, they're choosing to stay with their Brooklyn Nets. Let's see here. Nicholas Batum went back to the Clippers. Okay. Lou Dort, I think he went back to Oklahoma City Thunder. 5 years, $87 million. Chris Butcher went back to the Toronto Raptors. 3 years, $35 million. Damian Jones went to the Lakers. All right. Damian Jones on the Lakers. Amari Kufi went 3 years, $11 million to the Clippers. Okay. Tyus Jones is going back to the Grizzlies. He's like the backup point guard. 2 years, $30 million. He got a pretty good deal right there. $30 million for 2 years. Daniel House to the Sixers. 2 years, $8 million. Bobby Portis went back to the Bucks. 4 years, $49 million. Alfredo Simons went back to the Trailblazers for $100 million. That was basically CJ McCollum's money, I guess. 4 years, $100 million for Alfredo Simons. Damn, that's I think they overpaid right there, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ, $100 million. Wow. Bradley Beal obviously went back to the Wizards. 5 years, $251 million. And then we got some breaking news here. Memphis Grizzlies forward Jaren Jackson underwent surgery to repair a stress fracture in his right foot on Wednesday, and it's expected to be silent 4 to 6 months. Sources tell ESPN Jackson expected to make a full recovery 4 to 6 months. So that's taking us into sometime around October, December. So this guy, Jaren Jackson, might not be available for the first few weeks, first few months of the 2022-2023 NBA season. We'll see. Jesus Christ, man. The trade is official between the Hawks and the Spurs. Gallinari is officially wait, you battling here. After officially completing the trade with the Hawks today, the Spurs are expected to wait. Oh, okay, Gallinari's going to get released by the San Antonio Spurs. So Danilo Gallinari would head free agency. That's a nice little veteran hat on your team, man. I like Danilo Gallinari, man. And here we go, man, with the big news, right? Here we go with the big news, and that was the Woj bomb, right? The fucking Woj bomb. Brooklyn Nets general manager Marks is working. This was his first tweet. I mean, he didn't even say anything. He just went out and say Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks is working with the Kevin Durant and his business manager Rich Kleiman on finding a trade for that was. He didn't even say he wanted a trade. He said they're working on it. Everyone was like, what the fuck? And then he followed it up with saying Durant requested a trade with the team today. He just like, well, he didn't even. He just like they're looking for a trade. I'm like, what the fuck? Explain it. As the Nets prepare to move on from most valuable trade assets ever on the market, the entire roster will be available to discuss and deals. Sources tell ESPN teams have been calling on Durant, and the Nets will certainly look for a historic. Yeah, I mean, so obviously now they're going to try to get rid of Kyrie Irving too. Remember how they said that they were willing to, if Kyrie Irving didn't want to be part of the future there, they were willing to also get rid of Kevin Durant. And so I wonder if Kevin Durant hurt that and he got ass hurt. This was like on Monday or Tuesday. But pretty interesting, man, what's going on here, man. Phoenix and Miami are among two of the teams that Kevin Durant has on his wish list. But the Nets plan to move Durant where they can get the best possible deal with 4 years on his contract. There's no shortage of teams. Yeah, man, you're basically getting a fucking free agent max contract, 4 years, man. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant had no contact with the franchise after Irving opted into his deal on Monday, and a sense of inevitably existed that Durant would eventually ask for a trade. So the executives, Sean Marks and the rest of the executives, had a feeling this was going to happen, man. They actually acquired Royce O'Neal on a trade from the Utah Jazz. The Knicks. That's what it's kind of weird because they got Royce O'Neal, they got Patty Mills, they got Nick Claxton to come back, but then there's trade rumors with Kevin Durant. It's so weird, man. Kevin Durant made the trade request directly to Nets owner Joe Theis. He went right up to the fucking owner, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, what the fuck's gonna happen now? It's saying it's gonna be either Phoenix or Miami. It's looking like it's going to be either Phoenix or Miami. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, man. Kevin Durant on the move. Then, remember, Kyrie had a wish list, and the only team that was interested was the Los Angeles Lakers. So are we going to get fucking Kyrie on the Lakers and Durant on the fucking Suns? And then you got the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George. You got the Warriors. Everything's going to be in the fucking West Coast. All of the good teams are going to be in the fucking West Coast. Jesus Christ. Brett Brown, former Sixers coach, is going back to San Antonio to join Greg Popovich's staff, which he coached under Greg Popovich in San Antonio from 2007 to 2013. All right. Let's see here. More news. Detroit Pistons finalizing a contract buyout to release Kemba Walker that will make him a free agent. Okay. Thank God the Lakers signed Looney Walker instead of Kemba Walker, man. Jesus Christ. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man, a lot of fucking shit with the NBA, man. Jesus Christ, man. A lot of fucking shit. Baseball. Let's see if there's any fucking baseball shit going on. Not really, obviously. You got the fucking Astros beating again the Yankees today, 2-1, and the fucking Astros just fucking, I don't know if this has ever been done, but in their last 9 games they play the best 2 teams in baseball in the National League and the American League. They ended up going 7-2 versus the Mets and the Yankees, man. Today they get a 2-1 win over the Yankees. Alex Bertman with a double drove in the 2 runs, and then in the 6th inning, Anthony Rizzo hit a home run, the only run for the Yankees, and the final score was 2-1. Astros winning. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. They played the Mets for 4 games, swept them, and then they played the Yankees 5 games, and they beat them 3 out of 5 times. So they ended up going 7-2 in those 9 games between the Mets and the Yankees. Pretty impressive, man. Dodgers and Padres right now playing 3-1 for the fucking that they're only separated by a game in the fucking NL West, so that should be a pretty damn good one. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all the damn baseball news. Let's get into some wrestling news, and then we'll probably call it a night here tonight on a Thursday. So they're saying that a lot of the fucking stars from the Dark Order are leaving. They're saying that the Dark Order might go to the shithole. Who knows, man? Obviously, that was the group left by Brody Lee, who passed away a few years ago. But a lot of those Dark Order members are getting released from AEW lately. Miro was in a fucking interview, and he pretty much talked about how the fucking TNT title has gone to the shithole lately. That it got ruined, it's become a hot potato champion. between when it was bounced around between Cody Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Ethan Sky, or Scorpio Sky, whatever the fuck his name was. But he was kind of being in character, so I don't know how serious he was being. The WWE signed today. They signed Logan Paul. I'm pretty sure it's a part-timer deal for Logan Paul, and they've also signed a woman from the Bellator, which is like another UFC company. The woman from Bellator will be allowed to continue to compete in Bellator, so she's gonna pretty much be doing both things, WWE and Bellator. But yeah, man, WWE signing some talent today with Logan Paul officially signing a contract, and there's other women from Bellator. Pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting by the WWE, man. But now let's go with the AEW recap, and then we'll finally call it a night here tonight. So AEW pretty much starts off with no JR until the final match. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Taz were the commentators. I think they're going to eventually replace Taz with, I beg your pardon, they're going to replace JR, Jim Ross, with Taz eventually, man. I really do. So the fucking first match was Ethan Page versus Orange Cassidy. It was a pretty good that match. Fucking Dan Lambert was like, you can't have your fucking best friends out here go be best friends backstage unless you have a fucking license, managerial license. You can't be here. So the referee kicked them out. But then the match was pretty damn good. Orange Cassidy ended up fucking winning the damn match. Good match, man. Good match. Orange Cassidy, man, getting pushed, man. Jesus Christ. And next we had Tony Schiavone interviewing Christian, and fucking Christian, you know, he just fucking sort of apologized to Jungle Boy. Like, I'm sorry for saying all your family's dead, because I do want your mom alive, because, you know, call me, you know, shit like that. And then, as I predicted last week, he pulls in Luchasaurus. He gave me a lot of Kane vibes. Luchasaurus, man, comes up with a different music. I think he had a green mask, now he has like a black mask. And he pretty much buried what was that guy's name? The Puerto Rican kid, Scorpinko, whatever the fuck his name was, man. He fucking buried him, man. But yeah, man. A lot of people are saying on Twitter, is it legit, or is he acting like this? And then when Jungle Boy comes back, is he gonna turn on Christian? And if not, man, that's a pretty badass storyline too, for him to be a heel with Christian, man. Like that could be their new monster, man. That could be good for them, man. And then we got a backstage segment with Scorpio Sky and Wardlow, and pretty much I think they finally made the match official. Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow, man. Wardlow, man, they got to get him back on, man. Ever since the MJF shit ended, it hasn't been the same for him. So finally gonna have this TNT match between Wardlow and Scorpio Sky. And next we ended up having the Acclaim, Matt Castler and the Ass Club versus Dan Houses and the FTR. This match was pretty damn good. At the end there, fucking Anthony Bones gets up from the fucking wheelchair and he tries to attack FTR, but except he hits one of the ass guys, and that causes them the match, and FTR and Danhausen win. And then after the match, it was kind of weird because, you know, obviously the ass boys are mad, and fucking Billy Gunn, instead of Mr. Ass, instead of being with his kids, the Ass Club, he aligned with Matt Caster and Anthony Bones. It was kind of weird there at the end, man. Fucking the ass boys just walking away looking like pendejos, man. Jesus Christ. And next we had Jade Cargill versus Layla Gray, whatever. You know, the woman's obviously Jade Cargill wins, whatever.
And then we fucking had the main event, man. They announced a match backstage. The Young Bucks. I think they're gonna face some Japanese guy on Rampage. But whatever, man. I thought the show was better this week without the Japan guys. I just don't think we know them enough. I don't watch New Japan, so I'm like, the last 2 weeks, I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I'm happy now that the New Japan guys were gone this week. We got just the AEW guys, man. It was much easier to understand the show, man. So we get the fucking Jim Ross finally comes out for the fucking, along with William Regal. We had a fucking, a 5-man commentary booth for this match. William Regal, Jim Ross, Taz, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. But yeah, great match, man, between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club, man. Fucking great match. Lasted a fucking hour, man. Jesus Christ, man. At one point, the thing that sucks is Santana, I think, broke his leg, man. Right as he got in, he fucking blew out his leg, man. That fucking sucks, man. There was Sammy Guevara got dropped by fucking Eddie Kingston off the fucking top of the cage. That shit was crazy. Ruby Soho came in there, and because obviously Ty Conti kept interfering, Ruby Soho came in and took care of her. Blood all over the damn place. At the end there, you have fucking on the top, you had Claudio, Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho, and what was that guy's name? Daddy some shit like that. I forgot who it was. One of the but the thing is, you have Claudio has him in a submission. What I forgot what it was. Was it Daniel Garcia? I don't know. He had him in a submission, and then Eddie Kingston put Chris Jericho in a submission. So everybody thinking they're gonna either tap at the same time or Chris Jericho's gonna tap out first. And then that other guy ends up tapping out. So the one who won the match was Claudio. Eddie Kingston fucking pissed off. It was like a lot of, made it awkward. I guess that was the plan right there. But yeah, man, Eddie Kingston didn't he look happy that he didn't get to win the match by making Chris Jericho tap out. Instead, Claudio won the match. So for a while they're sort of like just looking at each other like, what the fuck? Especially Eddie Kingston, he's fucking pissed. Then you have the other guys, Moxley and the other guys, Santana and all the John Moxley. They all come in and they do their fucking they just start celebrating. But yeah, I mean, I wonder if they're gonna do anything with Eddie Kingston and Claudio, because he seemed like he was legit pissed that he didn't get to win the match. That instead Claudio won it. Like, remember, Claudio has only been there for technically 3 days, right? And he's like, who the fuck are you, the new kid, man? Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, it was a pretty damn good show. And I think this was a very good show because also, like, it's, man, like, the New Japan guys, a lot of people didn't know who the fuck they were, so it was like, who the fuck is this? But now but this was by far the best show, they put on in a while, man. It really was, man. It really was, man. By far beat the shit out of Monday Night Raw on Monday. It was 1,000 times better than Monday Night Raw. I'm pretty sure SmackDown's not going to have anything to do with this shit. This is going to be by far the best show of the week. We'll see if SmackDown is a little bit better than Raw. I doubt it. But yeah, I'm saying it right now on a Wednesday. Dynamite's going to be the best show. Flat out fantastic show, man. Fantastic show, man. The only thing that was like I said, I'm not really into is the Jade Cargill shit. I think they've done a terrible job with the women's storylines, but other than that, man, great show, man. Great fucking show. And we'll see what the hell happens. But until next time, I want to say thank you for watching.